like in the island. She wasn't there for 2 years, and then she wasn't like, but she was like her family. It was like for 2 years her family wasn't in the island, right? Like she didn't go because she hurt her head when she was like 15, and then her mom wouldn't let her go back to the island until she was 17, right? And then her mom wouldn't let her go back to the island until when she went back to the island at 17, all her older cousins were there. Like she saw them all there, but then at the end she realizes she killed them all. So basically what happens is she remembers everything. She's like, oh shoot, I killed them all. I got guilty, and so she killed them all in the fire. And then so she decides to jump in the ocean and hit her head to forget everything. And then when she finally remembers, like she goes back to the house where all the cousins hang out. And she goes and all the cousins are like, you remember, don't you? And she's like, yeah, I remember. And then they're like, we have to go now. And she was like, why are you here? I thought you guys are dead. Why are you still here? And she's like, they're like, oh, we are here because you needed us here, but you don't need us here anymore, right? So at the end of the story, all the 5 cousins, they like go onto the beach and they like disappear. So it turns out she was hallucinating the whole book. The whole book she was hallucinating all her older cousins. It was either she was hallucinating them or they were ghosts or there was something. But at the end of the book, when she remembers everything that happened, the cousins are like, you remember. And she's like, why are you here then? And then the cousins are like, it's because you needed us here to help you remember. You needed us here, but you don't need us here anymore. You need to go and live and be with our family, and you need to take care of them. And then all of them go into the ocean and they disappear. So she was like hallucinating the whole book, basically, right?
So the whole book is her hallucination?
I think so. Well, they don't explain it. It's either their ghost or hallucinations or something.
So the story never really happens?
Yeah. That's why I was so annoyed. So I think that's part of the reason why the book, there's so many plot. Like when I read it, I was like, there's so much missing. Like what is happening? Maybe that's why. I'm going to reread it someday. Not now because it was awful. I hated the book. But I'm going to reread it and see if I changed my mind. But it made me so forgetful. So whatever.